Hey there friends, and welcome to episode 37 of my Krastorio and space exploration series. I'm Icon, and today we will record the last episode of this season. So it's the last episode of this season because we will officially leave this planet today. I wanted to be better prepared for this episode, but sadly private life didn't allow me to. So we're going to finish the space capsule and the cargo rocket today together, because I felt like these are quite, well, these were parts that really confused me to begin with, and therefore I thought, hey, let's do this right away. So the cargo rocket silo can only start when there's, whoa, why is there still, that's not what we wanted. Good thing that I checked here. So what's happening here is the cargo rocket section is being filled with these cargo rocket thingies. So I'll just do a brute force solution there. Cargo rocket sections have to be extracted. Cargo rocket sections. There we go. We don't want too many of those. But what I want to do as well is I want to drop down this and here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to package those bad boys. It'll be good for storage, you know. Alright. So this way we will keep producing those thingies, but we will not keep that here in the cargo rocket section, because that's not cool. That's not cool at all. Jeez. That won't be working either, though. So, turns out I can't put those automated into the cargo rocket silo. Not yet. Launch trigger, yeah, well, we're also not there yet. Okay, so things I didn't know about. So as soon as the cargo rocket sections here are full, extra cargo rocket sections fill the inventory. Welcome to Factorio. Something mind-numbingly baffling every day. So what I actually wanted to do, before I got confused again, was to talk about the space capsule. The space capsule is the only thing we now don't have in our possession. So a space capsule is a rather nasty thing to craft. Where was it at? Here. So a space capsule needs a lot of those things we already got, but it also needed solar panels. So I didn't have a factory for solar panels yet, but I have already fixed that. Jeez, I didn't expect that to be this nasty. Wow. But whatever, this way it'll all back up at some point and we'll have a nice preparation of cargo rocket sections there. Must be unpacked to be used in rocket construction. Yeah, well, whatever. I guess I could use that to unpack as well. Okay. So, the space capsule. We'll just gather up those necessary ingredients. I have prepared that between the episodes at least. But then I felt like, hey, let's build that thing together so I can also explain to you guys what we're going to need. So, low density structures and control units were also a thing, right? Rocket control units here. These are so friggin' costly ingredients. And that's just the beginning. So, here we go. Got that. Let's pick up some rocket fuel. I already got plans way beyond this, though. So we're going to talk about those in the near future. So the only thing lacking are the low density structures. Okay, there we go. Glass and solar panels. Okay, we're going to head down there to the other side of the factory for that. So the plans beyond this are quite simple. I know that the base, which I'm running right now, is not sufficient for the late game, mid game, however you want to call it, we're reaching now. So what I'm going to do is we're not going to use this any longer, basically. So no, that's not true. I'm not going to expand it that thoroughly anymore. So basically all my endeavors of creating new resources and stuff won't be happening for this complex here anymore. Basically this is all just a glorified laboratory, but it was all my plan when I began with this series, more or less. I had that already in the back of my mind a little bit, well, not truly, but it became a plan along the way. So we're going to create a completely and entirely new base from the scratch. And what happened here? Oh, seems we ran out of stone entirely. Crud. So that's not cool. So how should we put up new stone in our system? Well, new thing every day. And there I was thinking about, we will start into space any second. So there's a little bit of stone, but that's just the cruel leftovers. We're not going to use that too much. There's a lot of stone, but I'm not going to take that either. So we're either taking this one, or is there any other choice? It doesn't seem so. Yeah, just going to take that one, it seems. Can I just plug that somehow back into the system? So let's see. We would need to get that back into the hub, which is at that point a little bit more work than I like. So since all that stuff is being unused, I'm just going to roll with that. Alrighty, friends, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do between a little cut, a connection between this here and that down here, basically, because it won't be that exciting to watch, and we're going to create new solar panels as soon as I have reconnected the stone. Alright. So, just with a teeny tiny handful of red belt, I have created a connection. Well, maybe it wasn't that much of a teeny tiny handful, but at the same time I feel like I really don't want to overcomplicate the space at the point where I just decided that I'm going to abandon it. So that's how it came to that kind of decision here. I hope that one connects, but well, we're going to see. No, we're not going to see because I have no time for this business. Because I want to soak up some stones while we're at it and transport them to my solar panel factory by hand. Very old school, that is. But that's going to be working for us. So I'll just yoink that. And we're going to produce something out of that. Pretty old school. So who would have thought that the last few inches of my satellite construction would be that adventurous? Certainly not me. So I have learned a ton during this adventure, though. So there was so much I did wrong in the setup of this base because, well, I want to admit that I didn't try too hard when I began, because I knew when I started out with Krastorio and with space exploration on their own that there are quite some processes where I was like, nope, I have no clue what I'm going to need later down the road, so I'm not going to try too hard. And that's what happened to this base. It's a typical not trying too hard base, but we're now either going to be setting up something on this planet, something bigger with a good resource allocation, or I'm going to resettle on a completely different planet. That's the other thing I am considering. I'm not sure what's it going to be, but here goes for now. Fresh stone for our machinery. This machinery here connects my solar panel production, which is exactly what we're going to need for now. So I just sped up the process a little bit to make sure that we're going to receive our solar panels in time. So I need 34, I need 16 more of them. So we need silicon and glass. Can we provide that somehow? I mean, it's a little bit tragic that just at this time stone decided to run dry, but well, let's see. Silicon and glass are materials which are, like I thought, quite available at some parts of my factory, you know. So here we go. Maybe I can craft my own solar panels in the time between, you know. So we'll need copper plates. Oh no, we need E-circuits for that. And that other crunchy stuff. Okay. So I'm trying to combine my own efforts with the efforts of the machines to get that satellite going. Which is quite ironic, because at the same time I am so friggin' excited to finally get going here. So it seems like, yeah, silicon is empty here too. Alright. Yeah, these ran dry first, most interestingly. All the silicon factories are dry. Oh, no, here's one. Haha. So here we can grab some silicon. Wonderful. Alright. Now we only need those circuits and then we can proceed. And I think I already picked up everything. I gotta admit though, we're going to save game before I launch into space. Because my plan is to cheese it out, like take my first trip with you guys live on camera, and then after I've seen what I did wrong all along, I'm going to return to my to the home planet and regret by loading the safe game and just preparing myself a little bit better, or not, who knows? But just stating what I expect to happen. Alright, so we only need way less solar panels than that. Handcrafted, awesome. That's the power of machines. Alright. So the reconnection of the stone will work any second. And then we're all set. Okay, I'll take that here. And we have a sunstorm in 45 minutes, as you see, but I have already prepared myself here quite thoroughly. So let's summon the train. Oh yeah, the copper plates are back on track as well. I had a little shortage of coal and stone lately. And let's see, what does my new reconnection do? So yeah, if you run with hubs like these, oh my god, this connector is so bad. Why have I not seen it? Dang. Oh dear. Before I forget it one more time, let's do it like this. This should have been red all along. Now this leads to a insufficient supply of these belts, but what gives? You know, we're not that thorough today. Because it's time to go to space. So let's craft that big boy. 60 seconds necessary to craft that first space capsule. It's really a pretty cool system here. So we're far from being done. I'm not sure if I will need yet another one to return. That's the first important question, but that's why I'm safe gaming it, because I have literally no clue whatsoever what will happen once I launch myself into space. But at the same time, I wanted to record this merry cluelessness so badly, because you only have that once, you know. So let's see, I've got 20 secure canisters, so let's make them life support canisters. What else? Capsule's almost ready. I could put in a lot of cargo here, although I got no clue what kind of cargo I would need. So here we go. You see, We did it! We're going to space! Someday soon. TM. Okay. Alright. That's that. But we're not quite done yet. So I've got 20 life support canisters. Wait a sec, why am I already using one of those? That's surprising me. So we're going to equip that thingy here. Let's see, the thruster suit has no own stuff yet, so life support duration 140 seconds, inventory life supports. Oh yeah, alright, cool. We get a pretty thorough readout of the power of our resources. So secure canisters. I should be really automating a lot of these things. But you know, before you actually know what you need to automate, it's pretty hard to automate. So alright. But I guess for my first stroll, it's gonna be enough. The thruster suit has no modules or whatever installed, so I'm not that happy with it right now. But we're at least going to install a roboport, and let's say, is there any generator available? Portable generator? Come on. Give me something. Could use that nuclear reactor though, but I don't want to carry around nuclear fuel right now. So we'll rather do it like that. Okay, so life support canisters. We're ready for almost 50 minutes of space. Alright, so let's save this game. And let's... That's not wise to do this, I know, but little do I care. So... There we go. Destination position. Launch trigger. We got no launch trigger. Let's launch ourselves. Majestic. After all these preparations, finally launching myself into space. I've really been waiting for this moment quite some time. Alright. So... we are now here at this place. There's solar panels, pylons, cargo landing pad, space capsule. Okay, there's a big welcoming packet for me here. Pretty much everything a human being could possibly wish for to start to get settled in space. All right. Glacier ammo, medpacks, cryogun, bloat burst ammo, space capsule, no fuel, okay. Can be used to take passengers to the closest planet's surface, okay. Rocket fragment, radar construction pylon. There are the cargo pods. So, what kind of fuel does that thing need? So space platform plating that allows fast movement, so that's basically paving. Scaffolds are just your landfill, I guess. Transport belt. That's a friggin' fast transport belt. 64 items per second. So at least we are space rail. Rails that are safe to use in space because they prevent the train from flying off the tracks and destroying everything. No space platform required, fully self-supporting. Okay, sure thing. Crazy. So that's not really important right now. But, you know, status ready to launch. So that means I can just... Whoa, okay. What happens when you're out of the off the platform. All right, so let's keep going. What happens if I drift over there? There are things after all. Just want to go a little bit on a merry-go-round, you know. Space for the first time. I don't want to start constructing right away. So, small asteroid. Okay. How's life support going? Okay. So there's asteroids all over this place. This is a lot like exploring on land, except for traveling is a lot like traveling on ice. So there's rare metals here. Can I actually scan this novice orbit? So is that a thing which I can do? Because I was able to... Yeah, I can. Great. So I won't be exploring by hand here. We're just going to wait until the thingies discover new stuff. So this means we're going to live in space more or less, I guess. Because, you know, surface scan progress for novice orbit. Okay. Whatever. I'm trying to start to grasp what's happening here. But so far it ain't that complicated, I must say. So what's happening if we go down there? Because my scanners are not scanning down there. Is that just a belt? Or no, we can't actually discover that as well. Wow, I'm a speedy little engineer. But at the same time, I don't feel like I should be hoping to be able to leave this map by just flying around. I'm pretty sure there are just platforms where I can explore, and I'm pretty sure it works just like another tile set where I have to create my ground on the solid ground to stand on my own. And it seems like there are some locations where there's something to work with, some materials, some resources. Like here we have already found a little deposit of rare metals, although I'm still surprised that we're not scanning into this direction. I don't know why. Okay, nevertheless, I need a roboport and I need it now. So what happens if I start to wear power armor? Do I die then? No, my power armor seems to be... no. Ah, I'm just opening the inventory of the power armor. Great. But as far as I was concerned, I think I already created myself a portable generator, so that's not the issue. We got the roboport loading. So we will need a battery as well. Personal battery, that is. Alright, the little robots are flying around here, so rocket fragments. So these are just scrap items we created by just landing here. Scrap is something we can process later. Alright, so I'd say I'll start with grabbing those space scaffolds, and that's the stuff we're working with, I guess. What's that? That's a flat solar panel. Okay, they generate electricity here, I see. So we're not supposed to use something different here. Alright. Some space to work on. So here we go. I want to check out those manufacturing machines. So solar panels work here. Pylon substation. 64 on 64 supply area. Oh, there's fresh material. A cargo landing pad. Delivery cannon chest. So we really receive a lot of goodies here to make our stay a lot easier. Lots of tech cards. I have no clue what I should want with them, but there's one thing I'm noticing here, and that's we ain't got no space manufactories. So let's see. Space assembling machine. God bless me. hauling all that junk at all times of the day. So without that, I would have been forced to go home already. So possibly we don't even need to reload that, because my first attempt ain't that horrible after all. So let's see. Recipes for assembling. Well, the big question here is which items can be only made in the space assembling machine. I won't be able to find it out like this. Material testing pack. Well, let's see, scrap. Okay, we're not going to work out with that, so we're going to select the item here, scrap, contaminated scrap. So scrap will be, yeah, made in the delivery cannon, awesome. So we can take scrap and recycle it into all manner of different things. We can turn scrap into landfill. We can also just destroy scrap. But I guess the most interesting thing will be turning it back into minerals after all. So yeah, we are just scanning into this direction. I'm not convinced there that this is worth doing. So Pana orbit. Let's see, can I just... I see. That's the orbit of the other planet here. Starting to understand what these things here mean. So there's the planet Pana and there's the planet Novice. Long-term plan will be creating something on the planet Pana, but as I took a look here on Pana, we have really low amounts of copper ore. We have really low amounts of other things, whereas Novice, you see, compared to that, I think my big projects will be still happening on Novice. So, okay, scrap processing, we're going to need a recycling facility, got it. So, well, that won't be the big news here, so let's see. I wonder now if, I know that there are things I can only do in space, but I wonder if there are things I can't do specifically in space, if you get my idea. That's something I'm asking myself now. Because, well, you know, the limitations are also very interesting. So I'm all out of scrap here. I'm all out of inventory, I mean. So, recycling plant. Cannot build an empty space. Yeah, you're not supposed to. So, I don't feel like we're able to do something here. Just like that. Alright, let's put that scrap into a box for now. So, we're going to just, well, reallocate these resources out of the scrap. Got it. Alright. That's a lot of scrap. Every launch creates a lot of scrap to process. Oh my god. So after all, we will be now looking for, well, there are 500 rocket science packs available right now. And let's see, space manufacturer, a giant assembling machine but can craft. Yeah, okay, only works in space. Sure thing. But there are also other materials like cosmic water, for example. Let's check those out. How to create cosmic water, for example. There are a lot of questions I haven't asked myself yet. So, water and lubricant will be turned into cosmic water. Yeah, we're actually going to ship water up into space. So my friends, I'm definitely gonna reload that save game because I feel like I just wasted my first space capsule just like I expected. Because I had no clue what to do here. I just wanted to have a first look on this situation. So the situation is, well, let's Let's go at least like this. I want to try that once. So the situation is quite simple. We will just bring up items there, and not enough thrust. Alright. We will just bring up enough materials the next time to do something up there, because, oh, we can reuse that space capsule. Oh man, that's awesome. We're just going to bring up the necessary resources, and, well, it's all about preparations, you know. Now, I know that we are, after all, after these new science packs, you know, here the rocket science packs are just what we want, and they are being made in space. What I don't know yet are if they also need to be used in space, but I hardly think so. So long-term plans now for Season 2 will be establishing a new base out there, because, like I mentioned, this here is just my laboratory. I will now need a completely new and solid infrastructure to be able to just do my space business, you know. Let's just load the game for now. Here we go. That was the one. Because right now... Oh, that was the... What? I thought I saved my game there. So... Oh. I've just overwritten my old Krastorio save game, but that's... now I understand what happened there. Well, it's not that much of a tragedy, because I already decided to never play that save game again, but it sure confused me for a moment. Okay, so friends, next episode will be the first episode of Season 2, so we will be preparing our space home there. I think I will also... Well, there's going to be a lot going on in these next episodes. I think I'm just going to start with calculating out what we need, and then looking for a nice spot to settle in, because that's now, well, that's crazy. But I already knew that with space exploration I would dive into a very, very deep well of content. So now the good news is, and that's why I already worked like that, here at this place, this facility is completely autonomous and produces all the necessary things for space exploration. So basically what I'm going to do now is to plug in a few radars, check out a new good site, and then think about what I'm going to need from there. Because basically I think I will need a big bad infrastructure just for that space stuff. But yeah, I want to rescale on Season 2, and I want to do it better than during Season 1, and, well, we got a big mission up ahead of us, so I'm looking forward to that. So thank you so much for watching. What can I say? Apart from, it's been a great trip back and forth into space. We did that, and now let's conquer space in Season 2 together. So leave me comments down below if you got anything you want to tell to me, maybe something I should know before I take on the next step. Let me know that. And apart from that, likes and subscribes are deeply welcome, and catch you guys next time. Bye bye.